was.
If it didn't get picked up, we were talking about Disney Plus and the new shows that are on it, and I haven't been
Yeah, so
on it in a while.
I watched The Big Fib, which is Disney Plus's new original family game show, which looks like it should belong on PBS Kids. And basically, the premise of the show is that there's a child, and they have to guess which person's the faker. Like, say in the fake news, which they quote in their little description. It's like, in an era of fake news, we got to teach kids to figure out who's lying. It's some dumb shit like that. And then, basically, so like on the last episode I watched, it's like two jellyfish experts or whatever, and then the kid would have to ask them questions. They'd respond like all studiously, and then here's how they pick the fibber. It's hosted by Helen from Drake and Josh.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's I don't know, it's kind of a shit show. They have this robot Clive. He's like supposed to be the comedic relief, and he's like supposed to be a robot, but he's just himself. Like he's just a human with like tinfoil on his arms. So
Oh, like it's not actually like a robot
No.
voice. Is like a guy. Is he
It's just a
talking in a
guy.
robot voice, or is he talking in his regular voice?
No, he has like a DJ board where he can like change his voice or whatever. His name's Clive. It's really stupid. You should check it out. It's not a fun watch though.
Yeah, it's you think Disney would have like the budget to like put in better stuff in like one of their 5 Disney originals that are on there.
Yeah, exactly. I need to watch more Mandalorian. I watched the first like 4 episodes and I just haven't finished it.
Yeah, I feel like it starts off really good. The middle episodes are kind of meh, and then it finishes off like the last 2 or 3 episodes are really good. So I would recommend going back to that. Did you ever watch Jeff Goldblum show on there?
No, I did not.
I watched like the first episode. It was like about how shoes are made or whatever, or like shoe collecting. And I was like, I watched just because there was like nothing else on, but I was like, this is a waste of time, and I didn't watch any of the other ones. I'm honestly not really a big fan of Jeff Goldblum. I think just the way he talks is annoying.
I don't know. I feel like I see a lot of stuff about him, but I'm just not interested in his life.
No, his whole shtick is like, oh, I'm just so curious and like so interested in just everything. Oh my god.
Sounds awful.
Yeah, I think the next one was on ice cream, and I was like, I'll pass. The shoe one didn't reel me in. Maybe they need to. Yeah.
Why did they start out with a fucking shoe one?
Beats me, man. Beats me.
Oh goodness. There isn't really a lot of, I don't know, like good shows being made, except Married at First Sight. Have you heard of Married at First Sight, Zach?
I watched like the first season.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I watched it with Sean when he was in town after Love After Lockup episodes ran dry.
Oh wow. Yeah, well we've been watching it a little bit. We watched the like 9th season, which is now on Netflix, and then we've been kind of going back and watching some.
It's on Netflix now?
Yeah, just the most recent
we were watching it on demand on cable.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's on like the Lifetime network, so yeah, it's a great show. If the audience doesn't know what Married at First Sight is, basically they
you can kind of guess.
Town. Yeah, so they go to a town, and then like a bunch of men and women who are desperate to get married for some reason, they go these experts, like these 3 relationship experts. And
one of them is named literally Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, her name's Pepper, and she's a doctor. It's awful. But yeah. So anyway, so they meet with these people, and they narrow it down to people they want to do interviews with, and then they go look at their house and like look at their home life, and then pretty much if you're one of the 3 or 4 couples they've been doing now, they do 4 each season. They match you up with someone that you're going to legally marry in 2 weeks without ever meeting them. And then the people are like, oh, fuck yeah, I'm getting married, I have a fiance or whatever. And then it's like the whole like first few episodes, or like first episodes, just them like preparing for the wedding. And their parents are like, oh, this is kind of fucking weird, but I guess I'll go with it. And then they get their dress and whatever, tux and stuff, get everything set up. And then basically the guy like walks up, all the families are there, and they're like, I don't know, awkwardly trying to talk to each other, like, oh, isn't this weird, right? Oh, yeah. And then the guy walks up, and he's standing at the altar, and then the wife walks down the aisle, and that's the first time that the man sees the wife, and the wife sees the man, is just while they're walking up to the fucking podium to announce their love for each other. It's a pretty good time.
I always just wondered, like, how someone even gets, like, involved in that show. Like, are these, like, real people, or these like actresses that are like, whatever, it's a gig.
No,
You have to like,
they're real people. They're like, I don't know, they're more normal, like as far as you can say normal for people trying to get married at first sight, but like they're more,
it's way more grounded for like a reality show. Like it's not like
yeah,
totally crazy.
like they
Like
have
people
like
are
real
just
feelings, and like a lot of them actually like, want to make it work. They're not like just crazy characters, you know? Like I mean, some of them are still pretty wild, but yeah,
well, it's like they just usually have like normal works like regular people, but it's not like blown out of proportion
yeah, exactly.
like most of the shit. Because if you want to see
Yeah,
some trash, you watch Love After Lockup. If you want to see some more grounded shit, watch Married at
I
First
can't
Sight.
like, yeah, exactly. Married at First Sight's more tame. I don't know if I can handle that jail love type stuff. I don't believe in jail love.
I think the one I was watching was like I think it was the first season, but like one of the brides like saw or like did the wedding and then just like went out to the hall and just immediately started bawling.
My gosh.
And
Like
then they
after she
ended up
saw her
being
husband.
yeah, well they ended up spoiler alert from Married at First Sight. They ended up being like the most successful relationship out of like all three or four that they had on there.
Oh really? Oh wow.
Because the guy was actually like super nice, but he probably just wasn't like the most attractive looking guy, but he was like fine.
Oh jeez.
But she was like probably at like a 9, and then he was like a 6. It wasn't like crazy or anything, but
The guy was probably like, "Fuck yeah, I should have done this a long time ago."
no, he was
Gosh,
he was giddy, and then she was crying in
yeah, I
the hall.
bet. Oh man, yeah, it's just I don't know. People are crazy. Have you ever seen Love Is Blind? That's another kind of it's like a
No,
different type of
what
Married at
was
First
that?
Sight. So that show's way more entertaining than Married at First Sight. If you're looking for some fucking weirdos getting married, they're younger. Like Married at First Sight, they're usually like mid-30s or so, so they're mature. But on this show, Love Is Blind, they're all like mid-20s, and there's like one 35-year-old. But anyways, they go.
Is he the host?
Um, no, she's like the worst character actually. The most immature character is like the 35-year-old. So they go, like they split them up. It's like 20 guys, 20 girls, and then basically they're separated, and they all go into these little pods where they're connected, but there's like a screen in between where you can't see the other person. So you just have to get to know every girl or guy or whatever. Just take notes about them, and
So is it
then
kind of like a speed
uh,
dating scenario, but there's like a wall in between them?
yeah, exactly. And like they can't see them, so it's all about like personalities, and then
But can
basically
they hear their voice?
yeah. So you
Yeah.
pretty much just have to, and then basically to move on or something, they have to propose to someone within like 2 weeks. And so they literally, like within like I think like the first fucking episode, some guy proposes, and he's like, "I love you," and then she proposes, and then they're like, "Oh yay!" And then the next day they see each other finally in person, and they're all like super attractive. So like obviously they're all like attracted to each other, and then yeah, they kind of just get together, and then they take all the couples that got married, and they take them to like a vacation place or whatever, and then they do have their home life, and then they go to the wedding and decide if they want to be married or not. But so pretty much in Married at First Sight, they have to decide like after the 8 weeks or whatever together if they want to stay married or get like a legal divorce. But in Love
Oh
Is
yeah, because
Blind,
they like have
they
to move in together, right? Like immediately after their
yeah, so like
yeah.
they're legally married, and so but in Love Is Blind, the final decision, like the big finale or whatever, is they go to the each couple's wedding, and then while they're fucking with each other, like in front of other families, dressed in their tuxes and dresses or whatever, they go up on the front, and then they have to say like if they I do or I don't or whatever in front of each other's families, and like
Oh
a
yeah,
lot
no
of them
pressure.
didn't get married, so it was just a fucking mess. Oh man, it was great though.
Wait,
But
like
yeah,
how many couples were there?
I think there's like 5 couples. One didn't even make it out of the fucking vacation spot. They fell apart. And then there's like 4 like pretty strong ones. Or maybe there's like 6 total, but only 2 of them ended up staying married. Spoiler alert. Uh, only 2 of them ended up getting married. So you can figure out who those 2 are by watching Love Is Blind.
In
It's a
all these
bunch
shows,
of
like whenever they have the weddings, I'm always surprised at like the family turnout. Like you think in most of these families they'd be like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna come to that," but they
yeah,
have like their
seriously.
entire family there, and they're like, they're not like they're usually not being dicks about it. but they're just like kind
Yeah.
of weirded out there. It's almost like they just got teleported there. They're like, "What's happening?"
Yeah, seriously, it's like half these people like imagine if that was like your cousin. Like if like say like my mom was like, "Hey, your cousin's getting married. She did this thing called Love Is Blind. It's gonna be on Netflix. Do you want to go?" I'd be fuck yeah, I want to go and just see all that shit going on. I don't know, it'd be kind of weird, but yeah, even like just the married at first sight thing's weird because like sometimes the parents don't even know that their child is doing it, or like
Mhm.
sometimes they'll know, but they're like, oh, it's like pretty unlikely that you're actually gonna get picked to like get married because like they only pick like 3 or 4 couples each season,
Yeah.
and then they basically the fucking Dr. Pepper comes to your house and says, hey, you're gonna get married in 2 weeks, and they're like, oh my gosh, thanks Dr. Pepper, and then they like call their like fucking parents and shit, and they're just like, "Hey, I'm getting married." It's like, oh, like yay! It's just like super fucking awkward. And
I
like,
just love like it's always like the mom's reaction is just like the funniest face. Like if you were to have a thumbnail for the show, it would always be the mom's reaction to whenever they say that they're getting married.
yeah, exactly. The mom's always like excited, like or at least like fake excited, to where like the mom is just like always loud about it, and then usually
Well,
the
it's
dad and
usually the
like the
less
daughter
mad
is
they
just
are.
like,
Depends on how old the person is. Like if the person's like 35, they're like usually more happy about it than if the person's like 27 or something.
yeah, exactly. Like that was one of the things with fucking Love Is Blind is that one of the couples like it was just a fucking shit show. So I'll try to be short about this, but there's this guy Barnett who he's like a funny guy. He's like 27, and then he's talking to all these girls, and he like kind of like in the pods or whatever. Is like you can't see them all, but like they all just love Barnett 'cause he's so fucking funny. And then he's ready to propose to this other girl who's like 34 years old. I think I'll just call her Christine or something.
So they don't know the age.
No, they can talk about it. It's like they do.
Oh, okay.
But so then they do it, or like they don't. So they don't get engaged, or they don't. He doesn't propose. So he like really likes her, and he really likes this other girl. And then the older chick was talking to this guy Mark, who's 24, who's 10 years younger than her. And Mark really likes Christine. So pretty much, Christine's like, "Oh, I really want you, Barnett," and then Barnett's like, "Oh yeah, actually, I'm picking another girl." And she's like, "You're a fucking douche. Like I don't even want you anyways." And then she goes to Mark and is like, "Okay, Mark, I want to be with you now," or whatever. And so they get together, whatever. Barnett gets his girl, and then Mark and Christine get together, even though they're 10 years age difference. And then all the couples go together to the little vacation spot, and then Christine is just obsessed with fucking Barnett the entire show, while Mark is just like giving it his all, even though he's 24 years old and knows nothing about like fucking women. It's just great.
That so do they do like a follow up episode at like the end of the season or whatever?
Yeah, they have like a little get together finale, and it's pretty good. It's a pretty
And
good
they're
time.
still together at the
Check
end?
it out. Yeah, both the two couples that got engaged are still married at the reunion.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, that's your
yeah, I
trash
think one
TV
of the other
roundup.
couples is like dating. Yeah, your trash TV roundup corner of the week. And I was actually listening to some not recent, but some older podcasts of the Deep Thoughts podcast the other day when I was driving around. And I totally forgot that we used to do a BTQ, which is Blake's
Yeah, from
thinking question.
back in 2018,
Yeah, back in the good old days.
the prehistoric days,
Yeah, the pre-coronavirus days.
the PC days.
Yeah. So I figured, oh, we should try to bring that back, but I can't think of a good question. So I don't know.
Well, then why did you even bring it up at all?
I just thought it was funny that we used to do that.
You're like,
I'll try to think.
look,
Of
guys, I got like a new idea for a good fit, and I can't think of anything. So there's that.
All right, next topic. What do you got?
What were our previous questions? Was it like 5 John Cena's versus a gorilla or something?
No, it was 10-1, but it was 100 John Cena's against 10 silverback gorillas, which is still the hardest thing to decide. I talked about this with friends of the podcast, Kyle and Chase, the other day, and they were split.
Yeah, we're a
on
little
it.
bit older, a little bit wiser. Maybe we could provide some more insight after, turning 21 and becoming real men
exactly.
without
Yeah.
mustaches.
Yeah. I still think I think I'd have to take the John Cena's.
I don't know, man. I just feel like like a raged up gorilla is like
I think 10
no
John
match
Cena's
for.
could take him though. Like it was 10-1 odds, not odds, but
It's funny because I was actually thinking about this like 2 mornings ago when I was like getting ready for like
I think about it every morning.
for like a good 15 minutes. Thinking about it. And I was
just gotta
like,
get a whiteboard, sit down, and just figure out your final.
I was like,
answer.
that's a good thinking question. I'm still thinking about it 2 years in the
Yeah,
shower.
exactly. You never find the answer.
What other ones did we do? Was that the only one that we did?
We did a few others. I remember in the episode that got deleted, unfortunately, we did one where
I don't even remember anything about that episode. Like I totally forgot about what we even talked about.
I just remember
being so sad. I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah, I just remember because we had David and Ross on the show, and I was talking to.
Was Jarrett there too, or was it just David and Ross?
No, it was just us four.
Okay.
And I mentioned how weird it is that like if you're driving in a car and like a fly is in there, like it doesn't like shoot to the back of the car. Like why is it just like in its own little atmosphere when you're traveling at like 60 miles an hour? And so pretty much how David described it is like, because like say you're in like how I thought, I was like, say you're in like a big truck, like say like a moving truck, and you're driving at like 70 miles an hour, and you're standing there, and you jump, why don't you just like fly back into the back wall,
I always figured it was, I don't know. I figured it was like something to do with the wind or something, because you're like kind of enclosed space. Like I feel like the wind would like.
See, that's what I thought too. But like if you roll down the windows in a car, like there could still be a fly just kind of flying around. And
I don't know. So we should look at this.
So basically, David kind of had the answer because he was like, basically how it is that if you're in a car and it's moving at like 60 miles an hour and you jump, it's basically like you jumping out of like it's like a cannonball, like kind of being shot. So you're like going 60 miles an hour, and you jumping is basically
like you're providing your own force.
Power.
So like you're resisting it, kind of.
And you're already getting the power from the moving vehicle. So yeah, it just kind of is like its own little environment, but it's definitely
and it probably wouldn't be like
thinker.
Probably wouldn't be long enough in the air to tell, like to get like a good.
We'll say like if you're sitting in the back of a moving van,
because it depends on how big and heavy you are too.
Yeah, well, say you're just sitting there and you throw a baseball up and down. Like, you can just throw it up and down to yourself. Like, it wouldn't just shoot back. Isn't that weird?
But if you're going really fast and you have the windows rolled down, it'll fuck it up.
Well, yeah, but even if you're like an enclosed space, like it's just weird to think about like how you throw a ball up and then it just comes straight back down to you when the truck is moving at like 60 miles an hour. Because like, say there's no windows or anything. It's basically like how Dave would describe it, is that you're throwing the ball. Like when you throw it up, that movement from the vehicle is basically like throwing it 60 miles in the direction you're going. But it just stays there because it's technically connected with the car.
I'm just imagining someone listening to this that actually knows the shit, and they're just like freaking the fuck out. Like, you're fucking retards. You guys posed this question 2 years ago, and you're still stupid.
You guys can't even decide who would fight between 100 John Cena's and 10 gorillas. You think you can answer this fucking scientific question?
Two very different questions, by the way.
I like how we've never answered any of my questions. It's mostly just like a debate type question, Just it's a thinking question. That's why it's a BTQ. It's Blake's
thinking question. The first question is something that'll never be answered.
That's what you think. We'll find a way.
It's like, who knows what... It's like 2020 is a lot different than 2018. Who knows what 2022 is going to be like.
Exactly. We've gone back to the cloning well. We started cloning people. So it'll be John Cena's.
I do have a question for you. So it's opening up, and you said that your hair was getting a little messy. Did you go to Idaho and get that taken care of?
No, I actually went to Idaho today to get some Panda Express for my girlfriend, and so we went to Idaho, and then while I was leaving, I was like, "Oh, Great Clips is open now! Oh shit!"
Because they've been open in Idaho for like 2 weeks. They just opened up in Washington like this week.
Yeah, I didn't even fucking know that. So I really need to get a fucking haircut because my hair is extremely long.
I remember it was freaking long like 5 weeks ago. The last time I saw you in person, I can't even imagine what it looks like now.
Yeah,
But
it's
yeah,
pretty
I went
ridiculous.
to Idaho like on Friday and got it done.
Oh,
It was like
wow.
the best haircut of my life.
I bet. Jeez, how long did how far in Idaho did you drive
To Coeur d'Alene, so it was like a 45-minute drive.
for a haircut? These are the
It's the only
times these days.
that's the closest one, man. Well, and then like the next day, like the Washington ones opened up, so I was like, oh great, nice. But
Fucking
it,
Ben
but
Roethlisberger went and got his haircut, and there's been like huge outrage. Like the fucking mayor or something was like,
but
you're
what?
risking people's lives by going to get your haircut. You need to stay inside." It's
Oh
just
my
like, can we
god.
just please calm down? Like, can you just let one man just get a haircut, please?
So
I don't know.
you'd rather it's like
So,
these businesses open and they're paying their
yeah,
employees. Do you want them to just go out of business then, and then there's just more unemployment? Like I don't know what you
I
want.
don't know. This is all just a big mess. It's weird times, man.
Yeah, I think it's like a new reopening phase, like every 3 weeks or something. I don't know.
Yeah, so are we like officially in phase two? Because I know some restaurants are opening back up.
Red Robin's almost here. I can almost
Oh my
taste
gosh. I
it.
can't wait.
I did have another question for you.
Let's
Uh,
hear it.
so yeah, you played multiple sports when you were growing up. Did you have like, a favorite
Yes,
one
sir.
that you had?
Ooh, my favorite
Do you have any
sport.
weird? Do you have any weird sports stories or like funny moments?
How's that? I was actually talking to Kira about this today. I don't know how it came up. I think Kira was talking to her mom. They ended up, her mom didn't know what a chode was. And so,
Yeah, that's sports related. Yeah.
yeah, it's a big connection. But anyways, growing up, I remember this got me thinking. I was like, oh, I used to play hockey with this one guy. I'm not gonna name drop him, but he didn't know what he's a fucking idiot, but he didn't know what a chode was, and so I think someone called him a chode. And if our audience doesn't know what a chode is, it's a short, stubby penis. But we convinced him that like that's what people call like man boobs, and like he was like a little chubby, so he had man boobs, and so he just kept making kept referencing his tits as like chodes. It was really funny. Like we were at like a
How
team
old was he?
dinner. Oh my gosh, I think he was like eighth grade or freshman in high
He
school.
was he was like 33, 34.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it was our coach. Yeah, uh, but yeah, so he kept referencing like his tits as chodes, and we were at dinner one night, and he was like walked behind
That's a
somebody
good
and like.
shirt. Keep referencing my tits as shows.
But he kept he like walked by one of our teammates and he like hit him with his tit and he's like, oh, chode to the face. And it's like just shit like that. Where it was just pretty great. It's just yeah, those are the real good old days.
I did have a question because I think this is like the only year that our elementary school had it, but I remember you did men's volleyball in like fifth grade.
Oh yeah, no, they had it every year in fifth and sixth grade. That was great. I was really good. I had some nasty serves.
I remember.
That's all we need to talk about.
Do you remember like anything about that? Because I was like, I remember playing volleyball in like high school, and I was like the worst volleyball player in the world. I can't do it.
Yeah, I remember some team volleyball. It was pretty fun. I mean, as much as elementary school volleyball can get, it was a
In a
pretty good
carpeted
time.
gym.
Yeah, like a carpeted gym.
I
I
miss that
remember.
carpeted gym.
Yeah, me too. We played. I played on the soccer team too. I remember, and it was just like really dumb. And like we only had fucking 3 games in the entire season. For some, I don't know why, but
Yeah,
I
I don't know
remember I
why
couldn't.
like elementary school sports only had like 3 or 4. Like you do like 3 weeks of practices for like 4 games. They'd be like, all right, turn in your shirt.
Yeah, yeah, elementary school is definitely not as regulated as fucking middle school and shit. But yeah, I had like 3 soccer games that season, and like 2 of them I couldn't even make it because I was like sick or out of town, so I only played in fucking 1 soccer game, and I was like, this is stupid.
Did you ever play baseball?
Uh, did Metteridge even have like baseball teams? I don't think
No,
they
they
did
didn't.
they? Okay, yeah,
No, they just had you just could do like the rec leagues like SYSA or something like.
yeah. Yeah, I played baseball for a while. I was really bad though. They had like, I'd be that, the stereotypical kid where he goes into the outfield and never gets a ball hit to him. And then we had um I think we had like 12 players on our team too. It's like if everybody showed up, one person would have to like sit out from playing in the field or something. And like I don't know, and like one person couldn't hit. I don't know what the fuck it was, but I was always like one of the people that was left out. I just have to like sit on the bench while everybody's out in the field. It was sad.
I know, it was like always the most terrifying thing because I was like, I was pretty good at baseball, but like when I went up to that, I was like, I don't know how accurate this kid is, and I'm like, I'm afraid he's gonna try to throw as hard as he can. He's gonna like hit me right in the face.
Yeah,
But
seriously.
it never happened. But it got like pretty close to where I was like, geez, I don't even know if I want to play this.
I got hit by a lot of baseballs growing up when I was on the team. That's kind of what I was good at, just getting on base.
You're like Happy
taking it for the
Gilmore.
team. Yeah, exactly.
Oh god, that fucking yeah. I remember I always wanted to play football though, but I never did. I just knew I wasn't going to be good enough. I knew I was just thinking of like the going to the practices because you always hear about like football practices are like hell on earth.
Yeah, I played football in 8th grade. It was pretty shitty. Like we had like a few summer practices right before school started, and then yeah, practice like 3 days a week, and it's all just shit. And I was like an O lineman, so like, I didn't even like what I was doing. Like it's not fun to be a chubby fucking middle schooler playing O line when like I'd rather just be playing like wide receiver or some shit.
Or at least D line, just trying to get a sack or something.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it was not a lot of fun. Playing football's not as fun as watching it, that's for damn sure.
How many games did you actually play in middle school, like for a season?
We played a pretty good amount. I think we played like 7 or 8 or something. It was pretty good. I think we went like 4-4. We were pretty average, but remember, we had fucking Adam Fulmer on our team, and he was super fucking good. He would just put him at running back, and he broke so many fucking long touchdown runs.
For anyone that doesn't know who Adam Fulmer is, he's a short ginger kid. That's all you need to know.
You have to call him out like that on the pod.
Yeah, I'm sure he listens. I haven't talked to him since 10th grade.
But yeah, so that was some pretty good times. Actually, recently I played in a golf scramble in Idaho because like they just opened up, like a little bit more. So I played in a golf scramble with my brother, my dad, and one of my dad's friends. It was a pretty good time. We it started at 9 a.m. and they had like beer tasting and stuff, so it was like kind of just like a fun drinking type thing. And
Yeah.
that's probably the earliest I've ever been drunk in my entire life because I started feeling pretty buzzed at like fucking like 11 a.m. And then anyway, so we did
even worse than Vegas.
Oh gosh, I don't know, maybe not then. But yeah, so we did the little golf tournament, and then we went back to the hotel. They had a hotel in it was in Lewiston, Idaho, and then I slept for like 4 fucking hours. And then we woke up and then went to the Clearwater Casino, and we were playing some slots. And my dad ended up hitting like a jackpot, and he ended up.
Of course he did.
Yeah, exactly. So his jackpot amount he won like $2,000, which was ridiculous. But the casino took like 25% for taxes, so he left with like 1,500, which is still
Your
like
winning
ridiculous.
fee.
So yeah, but it was a pretty good time.
It's like they already make so much profit just on people. It's like, can't you just let me take my winnings?
Yeah, exactly. I finally win up like a jackpot. You have to take 25%. Like, imagine if you won like $1 million and they take 250,000.
Oh my god, that's
Holy
fucking.
shit!
And then I don't even know if that's like, is that even the government share or is that just the casino share?
So I don't fucking know. Probably fucking government.
What's the most you ever won on a casino?
Oh jeez. In Vegas, I won. I left Vegas up like $300. There was like the first night we were there, I won like fucking, I think just 300. I found out I was on that little devil machine. It was paying big.
I remember like when we were at Fremont Street, I was watching you play the slots, and then like I remember you were up like $100, then you lost it all, and then I left and came back, and then you're like up 300. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was down like 100, and then right when we were like about to leave, I hit like a big jackpot for like $300.
Yeah, because I remember you were up
like,
a ton, and then you lost like all of it. And I was like, no, Blake, and
yeah,
I couldn't watch anymore. I walked away, and then he came back, and you're up like a ton of money. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Oh man,
I think I
gambling's
lost
definitely
like
something I can
200.
get addicted to. Oh damn.
I don't know. I'm too. I wouldn't say I'm too frugal with my money, but like I just feel like every time I do like a slot machine, I'm just like wasting. I always think about how many like hours of work that was, and then that really like makes me stop wanting to do it.
Yeah, see, I don't do that.
Because
I just
like I
throw
could
on my
lose
money and see what
$20 in
happens.
2 seconds. I'm like that was like an hour and a half of work, like
Yeah.
just down the drain. I don't know. I've been kind of wanting to go to a casino. I haven't gone to one since Vegas, I think. And I think the one that's like 15 minutes from my house just opened up again.
Oh really?
Yeah, the Northern Quest.
Oh yeah. I need to go to Northern Quest actually. I've never been there. Since
Yeah, I've been there like twice. It's actually really
interesting. We should plan a trip
Deep Thoughts podcast trip.
live on the podcast, making our plans. Why do people listen to this? We're just having a normal. We're not talking about anything. Just saying like, oh yeah, what do you want to do this weekend?
Have you? Well, when I was at work, because I'll get like this random. For anyone who doesn't know, I'm a mailman now. Just FYI. But sometimes they'll run out of trucks, so I'll have to like go to this other place to get like a staff car, and it's a Ford Focus. And I'll have like the radio on and stuff. And I remember Dave Ken and Molly show.
Yeah.
Like they're just doing that show like over Skype or whatever, and they're just saying, "About so what are your weekend plans?" Well, I'm going to Costco on Saturday. Blah, 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 blah. Like that's like their whole show.
They're fun to
I'm
listen
like, how has this show been going on for like 25 years?
Yeah, seriously.
It is probably the whitest show I've ever heard in my life. Though.
Oh yeah, it's very white, but it's a good show. Shout out Dave Ken and Molly. Maybe we can get them on the podcast sometime.
I'm sure. As long as it's not Dave and Ken 6 to 10, so we can get them in at 11.
Yeah.
I don't know if I mentioned our stream that's going to be going up on YouTube. We're reviving the YouTube channel now.
Oh yeah, I'm excited about this.
I hope your audio was included in that because I haven't checked the stream. Did you see if your audio was in it?
No.
It
I
said
checked.
it said the party was being broadcast. I just don't know if your audio was included, but I hope it was.
No, I'll check right now. Live on the pod. This is more important. Yeah, we should do more streams.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think of some good streaming games that we could do. I've been kind of playing a lot of single player games. I just haven't been in like the most social mood the last like 2 months.
Yeah, seriously.
I went through it, and after owning the game for 5 years, I finally beat The Witcher 3 like earlier this week.
Oh, nice. That's exciting.
Yeah, it's a good game. If you haven't played it, you should check it.
I don't know. I never play single player games. But
What do you think's the
I
last
need
single
to.
player game that you beat?
Gosh. I don't even know. I literally can't even think of one.
Have you beaten one since the Xbox One came out?
Uh, Probably not. I mean,
That's crazy. That thing came out like 7 years ago.
I don't know. I just don't play any like single player games. I don't know. I'm more of a competitive gamer. I like playing against people online.
I'm pretty
and showing
hardcore.
off
I'm a
my
hardcore
skills.
gamer.
Yeah.
I like to call
started
people
playing
names in
Fallout
voice chat.
4. Yeah, I love getting fucking banned from Xbox Live parties for talking too much shit.
Fallout 4 seems pretty good. I remember I've started that game a couple of times, finished it, but at some point I haven't beat any Fallout game, I don't think, but I've started like 3, New Vegas, and 4 like a couple times. I don't know. The problem with those games is that like I'll play it for a few hours and then I'll just start something else and forget about it.
Yeah.
Have you looked
I just
into
can't.
the Cyberpunk 2077 that's going to be coming out this year?
No, I've not.
Oh, you should
Does it look
totally
good?
check that out. It looks insane. It's made by the people that made The Witcher 3, but it's like a dystopian futuristic game, like RPG game. It just it looks insane.
Interesting.
You ever watch the movie Blade Runner?
No, I have not.
Have you
I
heard?
wanted to
Have you
watch that.
Have you seen like kind
Yeah,
of what the aesthetic is?
yeah.
Kind of like that, except a little bit more high tech, I think.
Sounds interesting. Well, if you buy it, I'll download it.
Sounds good. Anyway,
I'm going through your library right now, just trying to find some good.
well, I'm sure there's some on there. Even from like the free games, they do some pretty good ones.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Did you see Trolls World Tour? So obviously theaters aren't open right now, but they released Trolls World Tour as a like an on-demand type thing where you can buy it or rent it just to watch it at home, like a little
So this
movie
is the
night with like a
sequel to
brand new
Troll.
movie. Yes, but it doesn't really have anything to do with it. But yeah, so Trolls World Tour came out, and apparently it made like a shit ton of money. Like it's like the most money like Universal has made in like an opening weekend because like everybody was just like buying it online apparently.
Oh,
And
really?
so
It made that
now
much
like
money that it made more than a theater release?
yeah,
I didn't
like
realize
this.
Trolls was so popular.
Well, I know neither did I, but I think it's mostly just because theaters aren't released and people just rather watch a brand new movie at their homes, I guess. Because like it probably costs less if say you buy it or like rent it for like $20 instead of
Dude,
paying for like
especially
fucking
after
four
this,
tickets.
theaters are
Yeah,
fucked.
exactly. And like I saw
I
one
still
thing where
have
it's
gift
like
cards after you.
Trolls, where it's like Trolls World Tour might be like the fucking downfall of like movie like the movie theater industry, just because of how good it did like from on-demand stuff.
I saw something, I think it was on Amazon Prime, but Scoob, the new Scooby Doo movie, was like
Yeah.
rent for 20 or buy for 25. I'm like, why not just buy the thing?
Yeah, I'd rather just watch it once and never watch it again. Save $5. But yeah, I don't know. Like that'd be pretty interesting if that were to happen. If movie theaters kind of just stop being a thing and you just have to buy it at home. I mean, I get free movies at movie theaters, so I'm hoping that they can bounce back. But I mean, that'd be
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah, if
interesting.
that goes down, hopefully your Prime membership gets upgraded to free new release rentals.
Yeah, exactly.
I always wondered if like I've never met anybody that buys movies like on demand. Like on Comcast, you have like options to buy movies for like 20 bucks.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
don't
who buys that when your subscription?
know. We'll see. I buy a lot of stuff on YouTube, just because like a lot of people say like, oh, why don't you
Oh,
just
really?
find
I
a
haven't
way
heard
to
anybody buy
free.
stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, like a lot of people say, well, you could just stream it for free or whatever. But I'm just too lazy to look for that stuff. And I'm sure a lot of the stuff I want, it's hard to find for fucking free. So, like this last summer, I bought
I can't really say
every.
anything though because I kind of do the same thing because I have an Amazon Fire Stick where I can get like free movies on it through this one app, but it takes forever to load, and then I just get impatient like renting it
Yeah,
or whatever.
exactly. It's like I'll just pay a couple bucks. But I ended up buying every season of Zoe 101 on YouTube.
Of course you did.
So I can watch it whenever I want. I just own it all.
How
It's,
much did it cost?
I don't know if I want to say. It was quite a bit. I only bought like one season, and then I ended up buying another. And then my girlfriend found me one,
$101.
and then yeah, it's probably around like I don't know, 15 each season for 4 seasons. So
Oh shit! Did you look up like on Amazon how much the DVD was in comparison?
no, I don't want to know though.
Let's find out.
Oh goodness, I'm gonna go on YouTube right now and see how much it costs to buy other shit. So I bought a few movies too, like I bought The Ringer. I bought
Oh,
Heavyweights, which is now
could
Disney
you imagine
Plus.
if The Ringer came out nowadays?
Yeah, I know. Even though it's like the
It's
fucking
so
most
offensive.
amazing movie, it's so good. If any of our fans have not seen The Ringer, please go watch it. It's about Johnny Knoxville trying to fix the Special Olympics and pretend that he's special.
Okay, well, I'm looking at the DVDs, and that seems like they're about $15 for the DVD pack
Oh, well, look at
for
that.
each season. But if you were to buy them on Prime Video, it's $10 a season, so you could have saved like $15.
Fuck. I
Apparently, there's a Prime Video channel called Nick Hits that you could subscribe to.
what?
It says included with Nick Hits on Amazon for $8 a month after trial. So it's that like a Disney Plus, but for Nickelodeon.
Oh my gosh, that'd be amazing. I hope so.
Is Drake and Josh on it?
Yeah, seriously. Drink Just on Hulu.
Yeah, they don't have all the episodes like 7 a season or something.
Yeah, definitely a couple missing.
Oh, you could pay $6 to rent the Big Time movie for Big Time
Oh
Rush.
gosh, I think that's on Netflix. I'm pretty sure. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I found my old Xbox 360 and Rock Band and shit, and so I started playing Rock Band. But my guitar, my old guitar that I used to play with, broke, and so I've been trying to look for a new one. And the guitar, it's a Guitar Hero guitar, not a Rock Band guitar, so it's a little more, I don't know, hard to come by. But each
Mm-hmm.
one I find is like $150. Like it's fucking ridiculous.
Really?
Yeah.
How much would it cost just to like buy a Rock Band 4 set with everything included? Have you ever looked that up?
Oh geez, it's a lot. At least like 250 at
Oh
minimum.
shit.
Yeah. So it's pretty shitty. But
Man, I've been ever since you mentioned I've been wanting to play Rock Band. I haven't played that in so long.
yeah, it's so fucking fun.
That would be a fun thing to
Gosh.
stream.
Yeah. Stream Rock Band.
No, that's just the
Gosh.
podcast. There's just no video. It's just us screaming to and playing plastic drums on a 360.
It's just a video of us playing with the instruments. I think we still need to invest in a video camera. I'd be interested in doing like a video type
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah. Because I
Like
remember
some YouTube videos.
I was kind of looking into it like a couple episodes ago, and then the problem is I don't know what you need and what you don't need. You know what I mean? Because like
Yeah.
all these cameras have so many features, and like the prices vary so much from $100 to like 600. I'm like, what? What's good
Yeah.
and what's bad? I have no idea because
I
I've
mean, if you do
I've never bought a camera in my life.
yeah, fucking even like just like a fucking digital camera, it's so weird even exists. But if you do the research on video cameras and like the cords and stuff that you need, I'd be down to throw in some money for that.
Or if anyone in the audience knows anything good,
Yeah,
if Adam Fulmer, if you know any good cameras, no.
it's fucking Adam. Oh gosh, yeah, that'd be fun. I still have lots of YouTube videos I'd be very interested in making. It'd be hits.
Yeah, what are some ideas that you had?
Just a lot of conspiracy theories. Kind of
A
how
lot of 9/11 videos.
only 9/11 videos would be the 9/11 central hub of conspiracy. Um, basically how the Peyton Manning's a horse one. That'd be a fun one to do.
Remastered.
The connected universes of Over the Hedge and B movie. That's definitely a big one.
Well, I'd have to do
a
my
lot of-
research because I'm out of the loop on that one.
So basically, it's made by the same creators, I believe. I'm pretty sure DreamWorks made B movie.
Is that the last single player game you beat, Over the Hedge?
I never beat it. But yeah, so basically, it's quite the conspiracy. I kind of gotta think about it a little bit. So basically, Over the Hedge.
You gotta choose my words carefully here.
Yeah, no, don't need to say any bad quotes about this conspiracy. Don't want you twisting my words. So pretty much at the end of Over the Hedge, you know how there's the bear who like wants his food, and like uh, RJ is trying to get the food back for him, little raccoon guy.
Yeah.
So basically, that bear at the end of the movie, he's like captured or whatever. Like blah blah blah. The critters win. But if you go to B movie, there's a section where they're in court, and Barry B. Benson is mentioning how bears are like kind of the like jars of honey, or like or like look like bears, And he's
Yeah.
like, bears aren't lovable. Like, let's bring out a real bear, and they bring out, and it's the exact same bear from Over the Hedge. It's the exact same one, and I'm assuming they just use the same model because it was made by the same people. But I like to believe that it's the same bear from Over the Hedge because he's captured because he's like tamed, like they have him in like handcuffs and like on a chain and shit because he's like in court. But I like to think that since the events of B movie obviously take place after Over the Hedge because the bear's captured,
Obviously.
that means that with the point in B movie where they stop pollinating the flowers and all the shit like stops growing and like no food or anything
The world
is
ends.
Yeah, pretty much like that. It's like post-apocalyptic by the end of it. Since it came after Over the Hedge, and Over the Hedge was revolved around, using food from the forests and stuff. I assume that most of the critters from Over the Hedge had I don't know, it impacted them heavily. Might even killed them because of Barry B. Benson. So it all comes full circle that Barry Benson might have possibly killed the characters from Over the Hedge due to uh, his role in the loss of all the vegetation.
So what you're saying is Barry B. Benson did 9/11?
Yeah, he knocked down the Twin Towers. But yeah, it's definitely something big. I think it'd be easier to show with a video, some little video editing, and
I was
explain
trying to think of
theories better.
I was trying to think of like what was like maybe the weirdest character that was ever put into like a kids movie.
Gosh, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, for some reason, the first thing that comes to mind is Puss in Boots. I don't know why.
Fucking Puss in Boots. He got his own movie too.
Yeah, Antonio Banderas really raking in that cash cow.
Yeah, Antonio Banderas. It's connected to my phone, unfortunately.
Oh, now it's good. Now it's good.
Oh, well, good. But yeah, so have been anything have done anything fun recently?
There hasn't really been much I can do. Like the NFL draft was like probably the highlight of like my last month and a half.
Has it really been that long? Did we talk about the draft at all?
No, the draft was like a week after we recorded the last episode.
Yeah, the draft was pretty great. I don't know, it's just so like, I don't know, it's just weird. No sports on, and like, except for fucking Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson, Tom Brady, and Peyton Manning playing golf together.
I know that was probably the most drunk I've gotten in a long time, and I had to wake up at like 5 the next morning to go to my first day of work.
Yeah, you got super fucking wasted. I didn't even know that you drank that much until we started playing fucking Jenga. You almost just knocked it over on your first try.
I know, and I somehow won a Madden game, like in our franchise.
Yeah, you only like one eye open. You're like laying down, like about to pass out.
But I can't even win a game sober. But I beat the Vikings like by a touchdown. I was like, what the fuck? How did I even do that?
Yeah.
No, but I was like, that was probably the worst I felt in like the longest time when I woke up that morning and I was like, oh my god, I have to go to work and walk for 9 hours straight.
Especially up for your first day too. That's so shitty.
I know. I was just like walking in and I was just like totally hungover, but I was like, can't let anybody know. I was like, well, it was so weird because like the first day of work, because of the COVID thing, that like we couldn't be in the same car, so I just had to like drive my own car and like follow him. So people just give me weird looks on why I'm following a mail truck everywhere.
Yeah, it's so weird. Oh my gosh, it's just like stuff like that where it's just so much inconvenience from all this stuff of just like the little things like that. Where it's just like I don't know, it just fucking blows.
I know that's how I had to do my training too. Was like I had to have an instructor follow me in a different truck while they like just watched me drive. I'm like, this is so like, why are we even doing this?
Fucking watching you deliver mail.
No, like they're just watching me drive because I was just the driving.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Like they can't even know like what's going on. Like I can do a driving test with them not being in the fucking car.
They're just like watching how if I'm like about to crash or something about it.
So stupid.
Yeah, I've kind of been enjoying the job though. Like it's super exhausting, but I was just so done with retail.
Yeah, I bet. That's good. Glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah. It's just gonna suck though because like my schedule is just so everything opens back up. It's just gonna be a pain to like plan stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because my days off are like so scattered and just all over the place. And then like I don't know when I'm getting off because they'll be like, I'll get off between 4 and 7, I guess. I don't know. However much
like
mail
once
there
you're
is.
done, just once you're done delivering all the mail, then you're done.
Well, yeah, because usually what I do, because I'm like an assistant, so a lot of the times I'll come in and if like a guy that's on like a regular route is like overwhelmed with stuff like or with packages or like one portion of his route, I'll take that off his hands. I'll go deliver that, come back to the station, get like another like 2 hours worth of work off somebody else, kind of thing.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be getting my own route while here in the next week.
Oh, nice. That'll be cool.
Yeah, be a little bit more consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then on Sundays we just do Amazon. So we're basically just UPS. We have like turn by turn directions and stuff.
Oh, damn. Yeah,
So we did. I was like,
oh,
you're.
you
Well, no, I was gonna say we just did Amazon on like Sunday and Monday, and then just today was just a shit show because we had 2 days worth of mail that we had to get out.
Oh yeah, so yeah, like Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still working at Jimmy John's as a delivery driver during this time. So
How often are you working?
I now work. I used to only work 1 day a week, and now I work 3 days.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm kind of a big deal, but yeah, it's not too bad.
You're probably getting pretty good tips right now, huh?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of pity going around with since I'm basically a hero going out in the world.
I mean, if I get something that needs like or where there's a tip involved, I've been tipping lately. I'm usually like a pretty generous tipper anyway. But, like I mean,
yeah, I usually tip pretty good. I mean, I don't really care if like I don't know. Sometimes it'll be like, okay, it's fine if you don't tip when it's like a fucking $9 order or some shit. It's like, okay, it's not a big deal. Like I don't want your fucking $1.
Yeah.
I mean, I do, but I don't know. But then there's sometimes where like I had one where it was like a $76 order
for Jimmy John's.
Yeah, people order like there was like another $50 order too.
Was it? Were you like catering a party?
No, I mean like Jimmy John's it's not super expensive, but it's expensive enough to where like because it's either 8 inches or 16-inch sandwiches. So say someone gets like 2 16-inch sandwiches, either like one for themselves or if they're like 4
they don't
of them,
do footlongs. What a travesty!
Yeah, they do 16 inches bigger than footlongs. They're better than Subway. I'm legally obligated to say.
I don't
that,
think I've actually ever had Jimmy John's.
Jimmy John's is fucking good. I love Jimmy John's. I like their wheat bread. Anyways, but yeah, people would get like they're 2 giant like fucking sandwiches, and then like some drinks and like cookies and shit, chips, and then it adds up pretty good. So I don't know.
Wait, so I'm just very curious. Do you think this was just for like?
Wait, what? Your mic's cutting out?
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you are.
Okay, I was like still curious if you think this $76 Jimmy John's order was just for one guy.
I think it was just like is at least 2. I know that because I know he was like
oh, that's good.
His family, yeah. I don't know, but he only tipped me like fucking like $2 or something, and I was like, oh,
$2 on a $76 order. Just keep it.
Pretty ridiculous. Yeah.
Don't even insult me with that. I always hated like at other jobs that I worked where like you can't take tips.
Yeah, it's so fucking.
I just think that's the dumbest thing ever. Like, who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
Because like I wasn't allowed to take tips for like doing carryouts or bagging groceries or whatever. I just like the dumbest thing. I don't know why that's even a rule.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
It's not like I can like sneak them stuff. It's not like it's like they're getting like a benefit from like getting for giving this cart pusher $1. I don't know. I did have to deliver to like this old folks home today, and they did like you walk in and they just have like this huge like mail room where like there's like 400 mail slots or whatever, and then you just like open them up and just start throwing mail in there. And old people just love to just stand there and watch you. Like I felt like I was performing a show because there's like 3 people just watching me for like literally 30 minutes put in mail in the slots.
I like that.
I was sweating my ass off because it's so hot for some reason. So I'm just like putting mail just like super fast in these mail slots, and I'm just like dripping sweat for no reason. And then there's no room for these packages, so I had to like go up like 5 floors and like just go door to door at these boxes of packages.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I just had to listen to old people conversations for 30 minutes.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah.
With both of us being in the delivery game, it can get pretty stressful.
Yeah, I did have I think the weirdest experience I've had so far was I was walking down the street and then I got a call from my supervisor when I was out there, so I was on the phone. And then like I just saw out of the corner of my eye someone pull over right next to me. I was like, that's kind of weird. And then they just go, Mr. Mailman, Mr. Mailman. And I'm on the phone and I'm like looking at them, like giving them like I'm on the phone look. And then like the call was done like 15 seconds later, and then I walk over, I was like, yeah, what's up? And then she's like, do you know how to work this car radio? Like I'm trying to change it from AM to FM.
What the fuck?
And I just can't figure it out. And I was like, try hitting the band button or the AM FM button. She's like, yeah, I can't. There's no button for that. I was like, do you have a phone I can use to Google this?
She said that?
Yeah, she actually said that. And I was like, no, I just have.
What the fuck are wrong with people?
I was like, I actually
You're a
have
mailman, not a fucking police officer.
Well, even a police officer. It's a...
Officer, help me.
I was like, no, I just have company property. I was like, sorry, and I just walked off. I don't understand people, man. I just started laughing to myself, and I was like, who asked someone that? I'm not your
public servant, fucking mailman.
Yeah, apparently they think I'm like a firefighter or something.
Yeah, just a natural hero.
I know. I am gonna be worried when like I have those days where like people just ask me for directions because I still don't know shit. Like I can figure my way around a route because everything's close together. But like if somebody's like, how do I get to like the 6600 block of this street? I'll be like, I don't fucking know. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know how the fuck people ever like made deliveries without like GPS. Because every single time probably at least like 90% of the time I get like my receipt of figuring out like where I need to go to deliver my fucking shit. I always just have to like look it up on my phone of where I'm going.
Yeah, I don't know how life exists without Google Maps.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even know what I was doing because like I didn't have a smart for like a year after I started driving, but apparently I was able to get around fine.
Yeah, I remember. I mean, I guess like if you're just driving around locally.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't going that far. Like I was
probably
like 20 minutes away from my house. But yeah. I still had to find some places that I hadn't been to before that a phone, and I figured it out somehow. But I was like, how am I dumber now than when I was 16 just starting out how to drive?
Yeah, seriously. I remember when my mom bought like an actual GPS once, and I was like, oh my gosh, that shit's awesome. But now it's like
oh yeah, we had one too. We had the Garmin, I think it was called. And then we had an Acura for a second that had GPS built in it. And I always thought like those GPS systems and like built in the cars way back then were like so inaccurate because they like never updated.
Yeah. Now it's just like, oh, there's a traffic block up here. It's like, how the fuck do you know that? Like, just this random fucking road.
It is kind of weird that like if you have Google Maps now, it tells you how fast you're going. Like I always figured that they'll place cops in places where like the GPS is tracking people speeding more. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I would
that's another conspiracy video of mine that's in the works.
Yeah. Destroy your GPS systems in your phone, please.
Yeah, just destroy that one part of destroy your location settings somehow. I don't know how to do it, but just do it.
Gosh.
I was like, I don't even care. Like, Google has my fingerprint that I use to unlock my phone and pay for shit. So, like, I don't give a shit.
I don't use a fingerprint.
I actually had to turn my fingerprint off because it was causing a glitch in my phone to where if I turn the screen off, it just completely shut the phone off.
Jeez.
I was like, this is inconvenient.
I don't even have like a fucking password on my phone right now. Like I got a new phone and I was just too
living
lazy
on the
like,
wild side, eh?
Yeah, so I just fucking swipe it open every time.
Have you ever had a phone stolen?
I had a wallet stolen once, which like I didn't like I don't know see anybody steal it obviously, but like I put it in a little cubby because I was at a little dodgeball tournament in this gym, and then when I went back to my cubby, it wasn't there. So
no, did you have a lot of stuff in it?
I have my fucking license and shit. So like that's the worst part. It's like you can like steal my cash. Like yeah, it's I mean I didn't have like any cash anyways, but like I had to get a fucking
you can
new
steal
ID,
my coupons and my punch cards all you want. Just don't take my license.
Yeah, my fucking baseball cards in there. But like all my I don't know, it just sucks having to get like a new debit card, new license, like all that shit. Ugh, it's a nightmare.
Yeah, especially if that happened now. Like, how much of a pain in the ass would that be if that happened right now? Like, I don't even know if the DMV's open.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's not. Fuck. Yeah, because like I still need to get my ID to be like a horizontal one.
You haven't gotten a horizontal license yet?
No, it's almost been a fucking year since my birthday.
I'm surprised you haven't been blocked out of like any bars or anything that we've gone to.
Yeah, well, I mean now they don't. Obviously, I don't know. Yeah, I was surprised.
Yeah, I
to see,
think they
like,
made it a rule, like just recently, that they're not allowed to do that anymore. Take the vertical
Yeah, I
ones.
saw that too. I brought my passport like on my 21
Oh, you have a
one, and like it
passport?
was fine, but yeah, but they
Oh,
still
okay,
never
that's
looked at
good.
it though, so I don't know.
Well, that's good to have because I've actually been wanting to get my passport just to have because I was like, I kind of want to go like out of the country at some point because I've never gone to a different country before.
Really? We should try to once all this shit's over, we should try to plan a trip to Canada. If I can
Yeah,
go to
that'd be down.
Canada.
I'd be down. I'd at least want to get my advanced license just to go to Canada, but I'd prefer just get a passport.
Yeah, yeah. Nelson, Canada's where it's at. This is fucking sick.
What's up there?
So I went up there for like a hockey tournament, but basically like just the sights around, like it's just like well, we went there during winter time, so it was like snow everywhere, and the lights were like a little 4 tripod like street lights, so it
Hmm.
just looked like a little Christmas town. And like all around, you're basically like enclosed by like a giant fucking mountain with like snow on it. Ugh, it's just beautiful.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a great time.
I wonder how it is like during the summer though.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I feel like it's gotta be pretty nice. And I know they have a bunch of bars too, because my dad went like bar hopping when we went a few years back.
Oh yeah, I was
So,
like wondering
enjoyed
like
it.
so like when you go to a different country, can you just like use your debit card normally and it like converts it automatically, or like how does that work?
I think you can just use it regular. I'm pretty sure. But good question.
Like
I don't know.
yeah, I was like wondering like if you went to an ATM and then you put your
I'm sure
card
you could
in and
just
then
use
you
your
could get
debit card. Yeah.
yeah. Because that was like my main concern about going to a different country. I'm like, wait, am I gonna be able to buy stuff?
Yeah, I remember one time when I went to Mexico. It was like my first time going to Mexico with like a debit card, and I totally forgot to like call my bank and say, "Hey, I'm going to Mexico." And so like I tried to use it, and like it didn't work because like they don't allow charges like that. And so I was like, "Well, fuck." But luckily, I had like just enough cash for the groceries I was trying to fucking get for the weekend. But it
What were you
was
doing in Mexico?
it was for my dad's wedding
Oh, okay.
a couple years back. Yeah, I just went by
I
myself just
thought
for fun.
you were phrasing it like these groceries I need to get by to live, so like for the next week or something. I was like, wait, did we live it down there? Well, we've actually been going for like an hour.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I guess we get ended on that exciting note.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how fun was your dad's wedding?
Oh man, it was at least a 6. It was a good time.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
Hopefully it doesn't get topped.
yeah. Can't wait for my dad's next wedding. But yeah, it was a good time. So thank you for listening to the Deep Thoughts podcast. It's been fun. Hopefully we can get a new episode out here soon. And think of
Yeah, sorry if
more
this one seemed
in-depth
pointless. We'll try and
topics.
get guests next time.
Yeah, exactly. I know you guys are tired of listening to us.
I know you guys
We'll try
really
to
like
get
that,
some.
looking up on Amazon to see DVD prices, but
Maybe
next
soon we'll get a
next week it'll be
camera
Disney.
yeah, exactly.
I was wondering,
We're
like, because Discord just added video calling. I was wondering if you can record those through this recording software.
You probably could. Just like
Actually, I don't know if I'd want to do video calling. I like just laying around, not worrying
Yeah,
what I look like.
yeah,
I would just be
So-
too focused on like looking at my screen the whole time and saying,
yeah, exactly. But yeah, hopefully we can get some guests for the next podcast. Maybe we can have a big drunk episode. That'd be fun.
"Oh, that would be fun." Nice way to kick off the summer.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you for listening, and we have merch now. If you go to Teespring, or the link is in our
The Deep
bio
Thoughts
for
Market.
social media. Deep Thoughts Market, get your merch. I'm wearing my sweatshirt right now. It's very cozy.
Yeah, mine is very cozy. Anybody that wants to get it.
Yeah, you should get it. They're good prices too.
My
I
sticker and my mug are also top-notch quality.
Oh yeah, I love my mug. I now
That
drink
would have been
coffee
funny
just
if
'cause I have a mug.
the mug like didn't have the faces until the mug got hot.
Oh, that'd be so sick. Oh man, I wish there was a way we could have done that. Yeah. All right.
I'm sure-
Well, thanks for listening.
Give us money, bye.
Yeah. Deep Thoughts Podcast.